Hi, this is Andy James for Guitar Interactive Magazine. In this month we're going to take a look at some extended arpeggio positions. We're going to take a look at some minor positions, major positions, and then we're going to take a look at some diminished ideas as well. The first example is going to be in the key of E minor, and it's going to be an arpeggio over 3 octaves, and it's got quite a cool pattern to it as well. Then after that we're going to take a look at the major version of that as well. So here's the minor version first of all. Okay, we're going to start this on the 12th fret on the low E string with a downstroke, then an upstroke on 10 on the A, hammer on to 14 on the A, and then we've got a hammer on 12 on the low E, then upstroke on 10, hammer on to 14 on the A again. So, then skip over the D and play 12, hammer on to 16 on the G, 12 being an upstroke, then hammer on 14 on the D, then upstroke on 12, hammer on to 16 on the G, then skip over the B string, play an upstroke on 12 on the high E, hammer on to 15 on the high E, pull off to 12. So we've got... Then coming down, we're going to play a downstroke on the 19th fret on the high E string, pull off to 15, then 17 on the B, hammer on, 16 on the G, hammer on, and then slide down to 12. So we've got... Then we've got 14 on the D, 12, 16 on the G, skip over the B and play 12, 15, 12 on the high E string. Then you've got 16, pull off to 12 on the G, hammer on 14 on the D. Then you've got 16, pull off to 12 on the G again. Then you're going to skip down to the A string and play 14, pull off to 10 on the A, and then finish on the E on the low E string. So at a slow tempo, the whole shape should look like this. Okay, now let me show you the major version of that, which is going to look like this. Okay, so it's just going to be the same pattern in terms of order of notes, but we're actually going to be playing slightly different frets to give it that kind of happier feel, which is I suppose, what you'd equate to a major sound, which is going to be 12th fret on the low E again, so E being your root. You're going to have 12 low E, then 11, hammer on to 14 on the A, then hammer on 12 on the low E, then 11, hammer on to 14 on the A. So we've got... Then skip over the D string and play 13, hammer on to 16 on the G, then 14 on the D, so. Then you're going to play 13, hammer on to 16 on the G again, then 12, 16 to 12 on the high E string. The pick strokes are in exactly the same place as the minor arpeggio that we looked at as well, so. Okay, then after that we're going to go up to 19 on the high E string, pull off to 16 on the high E, then play 17 on the B, then 16 on the G, slide down to 13. Then we've got 14 on the D, 13 to 16 on the G, skip over the B string and play 12, 16, 12 on the high E string. Then you've got 16, pull off to 13 on the G, 14 on the D, so. Then you've got 16, pull off to 13 on the G again. Then to finish off, you've got 14, pull off to 11 on the A, and then finish on the low E. So at a slow tempo, that major shape should look like this. Okay, in this next exercise I'm going to show you a series of arpeggios in A minor, and it's a good way to kind of link up the whole guitar neck, playing 3 octaves of one arpeggio and then the first 2 higher up again. The easiest thing would probably be for me to play the exercise, and then we'll break it down. So here's the lick. Okay, starting off, the first position is going to be on the 8th fret on the high E string, pull off to the 5th fret. Then you've got 9 on the G to 5 on the G, back to 9 on the G. Then you've got 5, 8, 5 on the high E string. So. Then the next position is going to be 12 to 8 on the high E, 10, 8, 10 on the B. Then we've got 8, 12, 8 on the high E string. So. Okay, so the first 2 positions together go like this. Okay, the final octave we're going to take a look at is going to be this shape, from 17 to 12 on the high E string, 13, 12, 13 on the B, then 12, 17, 12 on the high E string. So. Okay, those first 3 shapes should look like this. Okay, then the next 2 shapes are going to be the same as the first 2, just an octave higher. So that's 20 to 17 on the high E string, then 21 to 17 back to 21 on the G, then 17, 20, 17 on the high E string. So that's the same. Then the last position we're going to take a look at is the same as, except we're going to do it from 24 on the high E string down to 20 on the high E. Then you've got 22 to 20 back to 22 on the B. Then 20, 24, 20 on the high E. So. Okay, so far we've got this. Then back to the first position, an octave higher again. Third position. And then to finish, we're going to have this. Okay, so that's 12, pull off to 8 on the high E string, and then hammer on 10 on the B. Then we're going to go to 12, pull off to 8 on the high E string again, 10 on the B, 9 on the G, 10 on the D, and then finish on 12 on the A. Okay, so the whole pattern slow should sound like this. Okay, the last arpeggio exercise we're going to take a look at is an ascending diminished tapping lick, and it's going to look like this. Okay, this lick is going to start on the 9th fret on the G, and we're going to hammer on to 12 on the G and then tap 15 on the G. Skip over the B string and play the same frets on the high E string, so 9, 12, tap 15, then pull off to 12, pull off to 9 on the high E. Skip over the B string, tap 15, pull off to 12, pull off to 9. So. So you can kind of repeat that lick over and over again just to get used to it. It's not that complicated, it's just syncing up the left and right hand, you know, with the tapping and everything. Okay, so then you get ready to kind of move up to the next position, which is going to be exactly the same fret distances between first, third and tapping finger, and it's all going to be 3 frets up. So without going to do it from the 12th fret on the G, 15 on the G, and then tap 18 on the G. Then skip over the B string and play 12, 15, 18, 15, 12, then back to the G. So. Okay, so both of those together should look like this. Okay, then you've got 15, hammer onto 18 on the G, and then tap 21. Skip over the B string, and then play 15, 18, then tap 21 on the high E string, pull off to 18, pull off to 15. Then skip over the B string, tap 21, pull off to 18, pull off to 15. Okay, then the last position is going to be 18, 21, then tap 24 on a G. Skip over the B string, play 18, 21, tap 24, pull off to 21, pull off to 18, then back to the G string. Okay, so the whole lick slow should look like this. And again. Okay, well that concludes the tutorial on extended arpeggios this month. Hopefully you've had fun learning all the different shapes and exercises that we've had to look at, and hopefully you can incorporate them in your own playing. So until next month, I'll see you later.